Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us for the regularly scheduled Village Board meeting on October 14th, 2025. Call this meeting to order, and please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lana, roll call, please.
Mayor DeVold.
I'm here.
Trustees Amos.
Here.
Babiak. Here. Brockman.
Here.
Chapman.
Yes.
Luciano.
Here.
And Selfridge.
All right, we do have a quorum to conduct village business this evening. With that, we'll move on to our citizens section. Are there any citizens wishing to address the village board this evening? Seeing none, we'll move into this evening's consent agenda. Item number 1 will be a consideration for approval of the regular meeting minutes from September 23rd, 2025. Item 2 is consideration for approval of the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes from September 23rd, 2025. Item 3 is approval of accounts payable in the amount of $591,874.19. Item 4 is approval of the payment in the amount of $174,000 to Government Insurance Network for the Reserve Funding Special Assessment. Item 5 is a final payment in the amount of $10,550 to Pyrotechnic Fireworks for the Crossroads Fest fireworks. Item 6 is approval of payment in the amount of $196,274.98 to Schwartz Construction Group for River's Edge Park Phase B. Item 7 will be approval of a payment in the amount of $14,106.82 to Austin Tower Construction for the 2025 MFT resurfacing project. And finally, number 8 will be approval of a payment in the amount of $606,853.76 to Conley Excavating and Construction for the 2025 Park Shore Water Main Replacement Project. Are there any items the trustee needs any further questions or has any additional inquiries? If not,
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Motion by trustee Luciano.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Babiak. Yes. Brockman.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
And Amos.
Yes. All right, consent agenda is approved. With that, we'll move into reports, communications. Lana, is there anything you would receive prior to this evening's meeting?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. With that, we do have a promotion this evening within our police department. We do have the honor of promoting Officer Tashina. Officer Tashina has been with us for over 20 years within the police department. He's got a college background from Lewis University. He participated with the union and some different negotiating stuff. He's held the ranks of patrol officer investigations. He was part of the Will County Gang Suppression Unit. He was also involved with the Illinois State Police Joliet Metropolitan Area Narcotics Squad. Alias, also a member of the Will Grundy County Major Crimes Task Force, and a field training officer, evidence tech, and a juvenile officer. Officer Tashina has carried quite a few positions within our department, and he has now moved to the position where he's going to be promoted to sergeant. So with that, please join me in congratulating Officer Tashina, and we'll swear him in. Say your right name. All right. I state your name.
I, Daniel Tashina,
Having been appointed to the position of sergeant
having been appointed to the position of sergeant
in the police department of the village of Shorewood,
in the police department of the village of Shorewood,
county of Will,
county of Will,
state of Illinois,
state of Illinois,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the village of Shorewood,
and the ordinances of the village of Shorewood,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. daughter, and anything you guys want to say?
Just thank you for your support, thank you for coming out, and thank you, Mayor, and then also to Mary.
No problem, thank you, congratulations.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
one comment. Sarge, I call you Sarge. The night you picked me up off the floor. Okay. You know, I'm 220 pounds. Okay. And this officer come rescued me one night, picked me up off the floor, put me on my bed, and then stayed with me till the ambulance squad got there. So I'd like to thank you. I really needed that support that night. So I thank you. Okay. I'll never forget it.
All right, and as we move into our order of business this evening, we do have item number 1 is a consideration for approval of a resolution of the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois, honoring Sergeant Jason Henson. Real quick, a little background on Officer Henson. Officer Henson got hired on August 2nd, 1999. Moved through some different opportunities within our police department as a bike officer, field training officer, detective. Sergeant Henson was also one of our original ILEAS members, promoted to sergeant in 2015. He was a member of our honor guard within the Shorewood Police Department. He was a member of the GSU Will County group. He was an evidence tech. He was also a member of the Will Grundy County Major Crime Task Force in 2013. So again, another officer of ours moving towards some retirement. So rightfully, congratulations to you there. But definitely had a very active career in different opportunities that have been able to be provided within the village. With that, I want to go through the note of the resolution. Your resolution of the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois, honoring Sergeant Jason Henson. Whereas the Village of Shorewood has had the good fortune to have been served for over 25 years by Police Sergeant Jason Henson as a caring, dependable, and honest public servant. And whereas the Village of Shorewood does hereby find and determine that Henson's decades of service to the Shorewood Police Department have been invaluable, contributing significantly to the safety and well-being of our community. And whereas Sergeant Henson served the Shorewood Police Department as a bike patrol officer, a field training officer, and a detective until being promoted to a supervisory rank of sergeant in 2012. And whereas in 2007, then Officer Henson became an original member of the Illinois Law Enforcement Alarm System, the statewide mutual aid system, eventually serving as a team leader as well as the leader of the extrication team. And whereas Sergeant Henson was a founding member of the Shorewood Police Department's Honor Guard, his commitment to honoring fallen police officers and their families while serving this honorable profession came genuinely from his desire to recognize those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. And whereas it is hereby found and determined by the Village of Shorewood that Sergeant Henson may be succeeded, but that he can never be replaced. Where it is hereby deemed advisable, necessary, and in the best interest of the village, that the President and Board of Trustees express their appreciation and deep gratitude for the service and efforts of Sergeant Henson in his 25 years with the village and express their best wishes for his retirement. Now therefore be it resolved by the President and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois, that Jason Henson is hereby recognized and heralded for his services to the Village of Shorewood from August 2nd, 1999 through November 23rd, 2025. Be it further resolved that Jason Henson shall carry with him the blessing and gratitude of this village and all of its residents wherever he may travel. Be it further resolved that this resolution upon adoption be spread in full upon the records of the Village of Shorewood, and the clerk of the village is hereby directed to deliver to Jason Henson a signed copy thereof. Should be approved this date, October 14th, 2025. Can I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Chapman.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Luciano. Roll call, please.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Amos,
Yes.
and Babiak.
Yes.
Congratulations, Sergeant. Chief Farrell, anything you want to, comments? You had a promotion, you got a retirement, anything you'd like to add?
A lot of movement, Mayor, police department, the last 2 weeks ago, certainly congratulate Sergeant Sheena and Sergeant Henson. Will be very well missed when he leaves the area altogether and moves south for Tennessee. Thank you very much.
Sergeant Henson, anything you want to add?
Opportunity in my career, and thank you all, you guys are all here, and all in some way shaped me to where I'm at now. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. All right, with that, we'll move on through our order of business. The business item number 2 would be a consideration for approval of 2 proposals from Viking Industrial totaling $14,400 for exterior cleaning and interior inspection of our Walnut Trails water tower and waive the formal bid process. This item is back. Some of you may recall there was just a procedural issue from last meeting. Unless anybody needs any further discussion, we did approve it, but there was a procedural concern that we wanted to make certain.
You didn't say the words, waive the bid process, formal bid process.
So that's all it's back for.
There's no questions. I'll make a move as read. Approve.
Motion by trustee Amos,
Second.
second by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Amos,
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
And Brockman.
Yes.
All right, business item number 3, be consideration for approval of a supplement number 1 proposal for professional engineering services with Seabell for Phase 2 design engineering for the US 52 Water Main Sanitary Sewer Extension Project in the amount not to exceed $62,880. Public Works Director Noriega.
Thank you, Mayor. So, as you're aware, we're in design to extend both our water and sanitary sewer across the ComEd and CN Railroad along US 52. During our design due diligence, we discovered that there are 2 pipelines that are in conflict with our 30-inch sanitary sewer, our existing sewer. Looking at all of our options, the most cost-effective solution is to simply lower our sanitary sewer. Good thing for us is that we are able to. So in order to continue with the water and sanitary extension to the west, Seabell must design the entire length of the sanitary sewer to ensure the entire length of the sanitary sewer to ensure that it will work properly. Lowering the 30-inch sewer will be a future phase, nothing that we will complete this next year unless it is allowed by budget. And so that we will be reviewing at our budget process if this is something that we can squeeze in as quickly as possible. We are recommending approval of Seabell Supplement Number 1 for professional engineering services for additional Phase 2 engineering design for our US 52 water main and sanitary sewer extension project not to exceed $62,880, which will increase our total contract with them to $158,867. Any questions?
Noriel, on this project, are they redesigning the water, or is it because the sewer is the one that we're having a conflict with?
The sanitary sewer.
It's the sewer issue, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Because we're in line with NICOR, is that correct?
NICOR and One OK Pipeline.
So we have 2 pipelines in the way of us extending sewers, so.
This is something we did once before, didn't we? We spent $90-some thousand for the engineering to go under the tracks. And I'm just wondering if there's any duplication or why it's costing us another $68,000 for the design.
So the original design.
You mentioned in here that we already did it once.
Correct. So the original design is just for the pipeline, the permitting process to bring the 2 existing pipes, both water and sanitary, across the ComEd easement and the CN Railroad. We've done that design, and only to discover during our design process, during the due diligence section of it, the pipeline two pipelines are in conflict with our sanitary. So we have to lower our sanitary. In order to lower our sanitary, it is the entire length that we are looking to lower. It is not just at the crossing itself. We're taking existing pipe that is in place today that runs from just east of Whinstone all the way down on the north side of US 52 to the tracks.
So
That's the design of the second
this
phase.
is different than what we originally had
Correct.
engineering for? Totally separate.
Correct.
That's all I want.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So this was due to the surprise that we had intersection or at the same level, so to speak?
Yeah, if you also
recall.
recall, we entered
Yeah.
into a contract with Aries to do some pothole and utility locates.
Right.
That's when we discovered that they
Yeah.
were located at an elevation.
And we
can't-
don't need any other gear or lifts or anything like that to accommodate anything in addition to this, that we've got it all figured out at this
No
point?
lift stations. This is to
Yeah.
avoid a lift station.
Right, okay, so this is it, to solve that?
Right, so it's to
Okay.
continue the sanitary sewer at a gravity-fed type system.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Lennar has to be 15 feet under the tracks. Do we have to be 15 feet under the tracks here?
I don't know the specific elevation, but we will be well below that by lowering the sanitary sewer.
Okay.
Any additional questions for Noriel? If there's none, take a motion to approve the supplement proposal for the engineer.
So moved. Second.
A motion by trustee Chapman, seconded by trustee Luciano. Roll call, please.
Luciano.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
And Chapman.
Yes.
All right, business item number 4 will be a consideration for approval of a proposal and purchase of park equipment in the amount of $25,496.06 from Polygon for the River's Edge Park Phase B project. Back over to Public Works.
Thank you again, Mayor. So the Phase B project is almost complete. We just opened the challenge course portion of that park about a couple weeks ago. We are currently under budget. But to maximize our grant, we have a $600,000 OSLAD grant. Our current, where we are at with our project is just a little over 1.1 million. So there's a little bit left on the table. So by our review of such, we've received a couple concerns about, trying to improve the amenities near the river access. So we're adding what we are identifying as the kayak launch area. This kayak launch area is adding a shelter, a concrete pad, picnic tables, and there's also going to be hard and landscape features that will bring our total to just under $1.2 million. The shelter quote includes government pricing discounts similar to what we've done in the past by purchasing it through us rather than through the contractor or the contract itself. It will match all the other shelters already in place. We're looking at a 10 to 12 week delivery, but with the parts and the bolts to be able to get delivered soon, we'll be able to do all of the other installation and just wait for the shelter itself when it comes in. So we're recommending that the village board approve the proposal and purchase from Polygon in the amount of $25,496.06. Any questions?
You said this is referencing since the rest of the project thus far is still under budget.
Correct.
So there's still some room in there
Correct.
within the grant.
Yes.
Wonderful. Anybody have any questions for Noriel on that?
This is still all coming out of that Osmond grant, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve as read?
Item 4 was a motion by trustee Amos,
Second.
second by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Amos.
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
And Luciano.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item number 5 is a consideration for approval of a resolution approving a settlement agreement and payment in the amount of $76,500 for the acquisition of a dedication and temporary construction easement. Noriel, one more time.
Well, thank you again, Mayor. So this is for our Sile Road Bridge reconstruction project. This is the settlement agreement from the eminent domain process, which reflects a payment of $76,500 to the Prudence family. Our STP bridge grant covers a max reimbursement of $80,000 for land acquisition. We currently still have a balance of $60,800. 80% of this $76,500 is approximately $61,200. So 99% of this is covered under the STP bridge. Okay, so we are recommending approval of the resolution approving a settlement agreement and payment in the amount of $76,500 for the acquisition of a dedication and temporary easement. Any questions?
I know we've been working diligent and hard to try to get that wrapped up, so if there's any questions, seeing none, take a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution approving a settlement agreement and payment in the amount of $76,500 for the acquisition of a dedication and temporary construction easement.
Motion by trustee Babiak, second by trustee Luciano. Roll call, please.
Babiak,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
And Amos.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, item number 6 is a presentation of the America 250th and Shorewood 70th anniversaries. With that, I'll kind of just go right to the administrator for starters.
So 2026 is America's 250th anniversary. The 2027 calendar year is Shorewood's 70th anniversary. So those of you that have been getting the IML State House briefing, you see that they're making a push for all communities to participate and celebrate their history. So we're intending to do that. Staff has already had some meetings about things that we can do. We're partnering with the chamber when it comes to theming the Crossroads Festival, and we also will be theming some of our Party in the Park events over the next 2 years. Next year is America's 250, and in 2027 is Shorewood's 70th. So I asked Isabel to come to talk about some of the activities that she's going to be doing to harvest history, and we can gather that and have an archive of things so that people understand where we came from.
Thank you. As mentioned, in July 2026, the United States marks its 250th anniversary. To commemorate this exciting milestone, communities nationwide will reflect on the shared journey of the nation and its people through America 250 events and branded messaging, and Shorewood will be joining in on the fun. And then in 2027, our village will celebrate 70 years of incorporation. So this timing provides us a unique opportunity to connect Shorewood's story to the broader American narrative, engaging residents in sharing community history and to just strengthen civic pride through celebration. So to really create this sense of community during these years, we propose a 2-year community history and engagement project. Our objectives are to align Shorewood 70th with America 250, and we're going to increase resident participation in local history and just celebrate key stories throughout our community, which is what really brings the community together. So just to provide a little insight on what it would look like, it is going to do or include some historical research and storytelling with the help of our residents and public agencies. And then it'll also have engagement with residents and public partners through interviews and invitations to share stories, newspaper clippings, old videos, and of course, the rollout of all this content, which is content that our community will have had their hand in helping us create across our various digital channels. So I have a little postcard attached on the handout. In the coming months, we're going to start resident call-outs on social media and just mail some postcards to reach those who want to participate. As I mentioned, the example is attached. We're excited to do this because the stories of our community members are what makes Shorewood Shorewood.
Anybody have any questions for Isabel? We thought it was a great opportunity, great public engagement for the village and across everything here. So all the different spectrums, so good opportunities.
Looks like a good program. Are there any known informal historians in Shorewood?
We're going to be tagging a lot of people that have been here for a long time.
Sure.
And then there's a gentleman who wrote a book. There's some resources at JJC. So we're going to be tapping into all of that and organizing this. And
And at the end, we'll have it harvested, and we will have a repository. And, in the future, it's not just for that purpose, but like if Shorewood ever wants to rebrand, it could be the launch pad for some of those rebranding efforts down the road and things like that. So.
Great. Sounds good.
All right, if nobody has any other questions for Isabel, item 7 is a consideration for approval of a resolution of the Village of Shorewood in support of the Illinois America 250 commemoration. Aaron, anything else you want to add to that?
No, sir. This is just the suggested resolution from IML.
IML, yeah.
And many communities are doing this. We will inform IML once we pass it.
Others will take a motion to approve that resolution in support of Illinois America 250.
So moved.
Motion by trustee Amos,
Second.
second by trustee Chapman. Roll call, please.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
And Bariak.
Yes.
All right. Business item number 8 is a discussion of a concept plan for Belial construction at 215 Gregory Court. Trustee Brockman and Ms. Engel.
Okay, Mayor, thank you. We looked at this project at our last planning and zoning meeting, and feedback from the commissioners were pretty much thumbs up, if I'm not mistaken, Natalie. And they liked the building, they liked the location, and I think the only concern was the amount of parking was probably a little excessive, what they need, but you go ahead and give us some of the facts and figures.
So Belial Construction is a family-owned general contracting firm. They've been around for 45 years, currently located in Crest Hill. Basically what they do is they're general contractors, so they're not the construction businesses. They're the ones who hire construction subcontractors and organize jobs. They're interested in moving their headquarters to Shorewood. This is the location. It's basically one property off the corner of Capista and Gregory, kind of kitty corner to Rhino Baseball. And they're basically looking to, they'd purchase both lots, but they would develop on the westernmost lot. As I mentioned, they're currently located in Crest Hill, and this is their business in Crest Hill. I believe they have 9 employees, and they're expecting that at maximum growth, they'll probably be about 16 employees. They rarely have people come to their office building to visit. Usually it's just contractors picking up products and whatnot. What they're proposing to build is a 14,900 square foot pre-engineered metal building, but they want to dress it up, so they propose to do a neutral color scheme, masonry wainscot, and some nice windows, storefront type exterior at the front. Half of the building will be office space, where they'll have their office employees. The other half of the building will be storage space. They're not really doing a warehouse, but basically if they're working on a project and there's a little bit of overstock, they will take that overstock into their warehouse in case they have to go back for warranty work. So I'm picturing things like, a couple tiles here and there, things like that. Not a major overstock. They go through all their products every 4 years, get rid of what they don't need, donate it. And they typically don't have big trucks coming to the site. They project it happens up to maybe 10 times a year where they have to take an order early, but it's very rare. So for the most part, it's an office building with a little bit of storage. We expect that this will likely be developed as a PUD or a conditional use because of the unique operation, but we don't think it will be very impactful. This is the side of their building to get an idea of what it'll look like, and then this is a site plan they drew. I believe they have about 30 parking spaces shown. In reality, they probably only need about 20. So we'll talk with them about what to do there, but what they may do is come back with some land bank parking, which basically means they'll put in what they need and then have the opportunity to expand that parking should the need arise. There'll be one truck dock and basically pretty simple site plan. There is currently an easement that runs along the back of the property that was dedicated at a time when somebody was going to develop the 2 lots together. Since they're only developing one of the 2 lots, they'll vacate that easement as part of the process. So Mr. Belial is here. He'd like to hear whether, if you like the project, if you don't like the project, if you have any concerns for him to address, he's here to answer any of your questions as well.
Can I see the previous slide with the picture of the building?
Yes.
quick.
And this, from what I understand, is
Yeah.
an AI-generated building, so this
Yeah.
is the look they were going for. It's not precise in terms
Right.
of where the doors are gonna be and things like that.
It's a nice looking building. Anyway. Cool.
I guess my only comment would be is if they're concerned about the amount of parking that's sitting on that lot, potentially like an oversized island in the middle,
Yeah.
you know, just to chew out, then it's not just such a big pad of parking. That'd be just again, not that you want to put curb and landscape in to potentially rip out later on in life, but just something to consider, I would say. That would just, you know, reduce that parking scope down a little bit. Instead of having 30, you'd have it down maybe closer to that 20 number. But just something to consider, that's all I would say.
As a snowplower, I would think you would object to any island.
I mean, I understand the logistics behind that part, but yes, it's.
Worse
But
than-
that'd be my only other commentary to that. Yes.
Haven't had a lot of snow.
Yeah.
You're thinking next year for that?
The architect and civil engineer that we're talking to could have their part done in a matter of probably 3 months.
Yeah.
Specifically because the pre-engineered part is kind of a copy paste to the country with some minor changes for us. So, at your discretion. We want to start spring of some year, we don't want to start in the middle of winter and
Sure.
run in frost and things like that. But
Well, you probably said, but where are you at right now?
we're in Crest Hill,
Okay.
so if any of you have been here for a while, if you remember the old Crow's Nest record
Yeah.
store on Route
Yeah.
30, right over the hill, there's that Rental Max and the Italian Cultural Society.
Sure.
We're right next to the Italians.
All right,
So
yep.
share events with them.
Okay.
So realistically, you know, if everything works out with the engineering and site and everything, this could be something that we see back in the winter and then hopefully with a spring start. Got to think you have a good chance getting your contractors all lined up.
I mean, I think otherwise, I think the building looks fine. I think it seems like planning and zoning was pretty supportive, and
Yep.
doesn't seem like you got any other commentary here. So, looks good. With that, brings us to item number 9, which will be a consideration for approval of a resolution accepting stormwater improvements and public improvements for the Troy Fire Station and Training Center and establishing the maintenance bond. Ms. Engel.
Thank you. Whenever a project is approved that involves any public improvements or any stormwater improvements, we require that the property owner post a bond. In the case of public improvements, the bond is for 125% of the value. In the case of stormwater improvements, it's for 110% of the value. So in accordance with this rule, the Troy Fire Protection District did post that bond. They have now completed the work. So what we'd like to do now is to reduce the bond, really create a maintenance bond, which is something that's required by our code. So they would have to keep 15% of the overall public improvement amount as a letter of credit or a bond on file with the village for a period of 2 years. That's $3,612. And they would have to keep 10% of the value of the stormwater improvements on file with the village for 1 year. So that's $28,352.53. So a total of just under $32,000 for mostly 1 year, some for 2 years. And then when that period elapses, we come back to you and eliminate the bond completely.
This is nothing more than formality and housekeeping, so. Anybody have any questions? Motion to approve that resolution.
So moved.
Motion by trustee Babiak.
Second.
Second by trustee Amos. Roll call, please.
Chapman?
Yes.
Luciano?
Yes.
Amos?
Yes.
Babiak?
Yes.
And Brockman?
Yes.
All right, as we kind of move into our conclusion for this evening, we'll move into our trustee comments. Over to trustee Amos.
No comment. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Babiak.
So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I wanted to take just a moment to share some information with everyone. The lifetime odds of a woman getting breast cancer in the United States is about 1 in 8. Breast cancer does not just affect women. According to the American Cancer Society, the lifetime risk of a man developing breast cancer is about 1 in 726. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death in women. Currently, there are more than 4 million breast cancer survivors in the United States. This includes women still being treated and those who have completed treatment. For 40 years, Breast Cancer Awareness Month has helped raise awareness of breast cancer across the nation. It has encouraged millions to take action, resulting in increased early detection and advancements in treatments that have saved more than 500,000 lives. Mammograms save lives by detecting breast cancer early when it is more treatable. Regular screenings can significantly reduce the risk of dying from breast cancer, with studies showing a mortality reduction of about 20 to 40% for women aged 40 to 74. So I just wanted to encourage all women to do monthly self-breast exams and get regular mammograms.
Thank you. Trustee Brockman.
Thank you, Mayor. Next meeting will be on November 5th and too early for an agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Chapman.
No comment.
Thank you. Trustee Luciano.
Citizens Advisory Committee will be meeting Thursday, October 30th, in the Village Hall, second floor. As always, if anyone's interested in becoming involved with the committee, they can contact myself or any other members through the village website where the information is. But I think it's Halloween.
Well, the fourth Thursday is the 23rd. It's the fourth Thursday of the month, not the last Thursday of the month.
Okay.
So it's not the 30th, it should be
Citizens
the...
Advisory Committee meeting on the 23rd. I have a problem counting the months or the weeks. I just noticed it, and I looked and said, that's Halloween.
Well,
But I think they did the same thing last year.
Close. There's no reason to go. We don't need executive session tonight, so with that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Amos, seconded by Trustee Luciano. Roll call to adjourn.
Luciano.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
And Chapman.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.